Chelsea has officially parted ways with Mauricio Pochettino by mutual consent. Yes, so they all agreed. And before we start the whole thing, I want to ask you one question, and you drop your opinion in the comment section. What do you think is the best decision Todd Bowley has made after he took over from Roman Abramovich as a Chelsea owner? What do you think Todd Bowley has done? What is the best decision you think he has made as a owner of Chelsea? So he decided to part ways with Graham Potter, and the issues popping up is, they think Pochettino shouldn't be involved in transfer decisions as a coach. Yes, that's what's currently popping up. That's the main reason why they parted ways. Yes, and as a coach, put yourself in Pochettino's shoes, and as a coach, you take over your team, and then the team owner do not want you to make decisions or to add up the transfer policy of the club. So you are the coach of a club, and then the owner says no. Irrespective of you being the coach, you don't have any right to talk about the players you want to come to the club or the players you want the club to offload. Yeah, so that's actually the main reason popping up after they parted ways. And the reason why I asked the question is, what do you think has been Todd Bowley's best decision as a Chelsea owner after he took over from Abramovich? This is the same owner who came to take over a club and decided to fire a coach who had a poor start of the season. Last season, yeah. So Thomas Tuchel didn't start the season well last season, and he decided to fire Thomas Tuchel. Now, after firing Thomas Tuchel, he decided to go in for Graham Potter. Now, with these two coaches, who do you think is the best among them? We all agree that Graham Potter was performing very well at Brighton and Hove Albion. But is it the standard of Thomas Tuchel? We all know, and we all agree, we all attest to the fact that Thomas Tuchel didn't start well, which we all know. But hey, this is a proven winner, this is a serial winner. He recently won the Champions League last 2 seasons, and then last 2 seasons, yeah. And you decide to fire him. You bring in a coach who hasn't proven anywhere that he can be responsible for a top club like Chelsea. So we decided to take a decision to fire Thomas Tuchel. You brought in Graham Potter, which he also had a poor season. He also had a poor time at Chelsea, and then he didn't do well at Chelsea. Now you decide to fire Graham Potter, and the decision was to pick Frank Lampard to be the interim coach for the club. Meanwhile, you had a coach who has proven at the highest level that he's a top coach and he can develop players. He's a serial winner, in Luis Enrique. He made himself available to be appointed as the next Chelsea coach, but he said, no, you are not going in for Luis Enrique, you rather go in for Frank Lampard. Which kind of owner take this kind of decision? Frank Lampard came to Chelsea. We all saw a disastrous campaign Frank Lampard had. And now, a thing that players were out of form, the team was not performing. And now you think Frank Lampard was the right man to solve the problem. You took that decision right to replace Graham Potter with Frank Lampard. Another disastrous one. Now, you decided to bring in Graham Potter, Mauricio Pochettino. Yes, we all agree, Mauricio Pochettino is not a bad coach, though, but me personally, I am an anti-Pochettino. Yes, I'm not a fan of him. Yes, which I criticized. Before appointing Pochettino, I criticized his appointment. Yes, because at Tottenham, he didn't do anything extraordinary. He developed the players, and they reached a certain level to win titles. But you can't win titles with the players that were in Tottenham at that time. Harry Kane, Christian Eriksen, they had Dele Alli, Tonga Ndombele, Eric Dyer, Hugo Lloris. You didn't win any trophy with them. So Tottenham decided to fire him, yes. Which I agreed with Tottenham, because he built a team which he couldn't win with that team. Now he went to PSG. With this PSG team, they paraded. He already had Mbappe, Neymar, Di Maria, and some top guys. For 2 years at PSG, he won the league only once. Meanwhile, PSG were dominant in the French league, and they were winning the league left, right, center any season. So you decide to go there. 2 years, you win 1 league. Now they also parted ways with him, coming to Chelsea, a club that has seen success, a club that their supporters are eager to see trophies every season. Someone who is not a proven winner. He has coached clubs with top players, but he couldn't win. PSG and Tottenham Hotspur. So can he take over Chelsea and win for them? Especially a team that the supporters are always eager to see trophy. So which I criticize. But hey, you appointed him. Now this Chelsea team is a young team that they need to develop. They are under a rebuilding phase. And when it comes to rebuilding, Pochettino has shown at Tottenham that hey, he can build. So just allow him to build the team you want him to build. Then after building, if you think he can win with that team that he has rebuilt, you now fire him and you appoint a senior winner, someone who has proven at the highest level that he's a winner. Now, in the rebuilding process, you decide to fire him. Now, the question I'm asking is, who is the coach currently available that can take over Chelsea and build a team that you were expecting, that supporters were expecting Chelsea to be? Like, currently, who is the coach? Who's on, like, which coach is on attack? I'm hearing McKenna from Ipswich Town. Come on, can this man replace? Can he lace the shoes of Pochettino? No. So I don't think it's the right decision to fire him. I don't think it's the right decision. Yes. So that brings back to the question: what's the best decision you think Todd has made after he took over Chelsea? A lot of people know. I've already said I am anti-Mauricio Pochettino, but with this process, with this rebuilding phase, where we've reached, I don't think you should fire him. Yes. Allow him, he's a coach. Allow him to have a say in transfers as a coach. Which coach wouldn't like to engage in the transfer policy of the club? Which coach will you appoint? Then that means you don't want the team to achieve the success they achieved in the past years. This is a club that won the Champions League just last 3 or 2 seasons. In just last 3 seasons. This is a club that's won the Champions League. So you allow him to work. Let him tell you the players he wants to come to the club, and you sign them for him. So after you sign the players that he wanted, and then now he's not performing, you have the right to sack him. And so now you are restricting him, you are denying him to suggest some players you like, you are now firing him. So I think it's a bad decision Todd has made, sacking Mauricio Pochettino. And I think you should learn that you are not old in the game, you are new in the game, but hey, you should learn. Buy for him, let him tell you what he wants. You do for him. So if he didn't succeed, or if he's not doing well, you can now